He. It's episode 33, and we got a special guest.
Is this a Michael Jackson thing?
Episode 33.
Yeah. Speaking of special guests, we got Emily joining us today. Yes, Emily, welcome to Drift Delvers.
Hi, big fan of the show. First time guest, long time listener.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I feel like
didn't know you were Desna. Holy shit!
I feel like we summoned you with all of our smut in the last couple episodes, and I feel like you just had to show up, because otherwise we did it wrong.
Otherwise, it's prayers unanswered, like
That's right.
God.
I'm hoping to remedy some recent prayers unanswered.
Yeah. Emily, have you been listening to Drift Delvers? Do you know what's going on?
I do, and I have.
That's good because you are the omniscient deity in this.
Which is a bold strategy, even when I know what's going on.
Well, this is why Desna is the perfect deity for you.
It really,
because it's a little floaty,
It's very flighty, yeah.
It's very
dreamy. A little aloof, even, maybe haps. Maybe
totally.
haps.
Maybe haps.
Like Desna puts off a vibe that's like one part like tinkering with the fabric of the universe, like making moves everywhere. One part completely full of shit. Like it's like what is it on this day, Desna?
She is a deity, so like that all tracks.
Yeah. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Well, Emily, we are super excited to have you here. I've been really excited to drop this bomb on the crew for a while. We've known that this is happening for some time. Maybe
cooking this one.
Yeah, we have.
You dropped a bomb on me.
I was just thinking, baby.
But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to have Emily's voice in here again, and I'm really looking forward to see what she brings to Desna. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, and she's not going to fuck it up at all.
Not even a little. I have complete and utter confidence.
Yeah. In myself.
In this character that I'm portraying, I have complete and utter confidence.
There you go.
So I think it may be unnecessary, but it probably is worthy to introduce Emily to those of you who maybe this is the only show that you've heard of us, which is potential. Emily is one of the founding members of STF. She was on the APA. She played.
You better put some respect on that name.
On what?
She played Titanium Mike.
The captain.
I was literally about to say. I was going to say, playing the iconic role of Captain Ziva Rajni. If you haven't listened to this show, her journey is something else. I'll tell you that.
Really?
It's one of the highlights of the
guess we
series.
don't have time for a long introduction.
If you want to know what a long introduction is, go listen to the APA.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's also on Under the Table and Live and Let Fly. She's been a big part of this network for a long time. She also does some reaction videos, so you can find her at Just Some on YouTube and all that kind of stuff.
Jazz.
She's got a lot going on.
You do jazz too?
I do.
You do jazz?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm into jazz.
Right.
Out. I am the only one allowed to be into jazz in this podcast. Yeah.
I like some jazz. What are you talking about?
Damn.
Straight to jail.
That's the hard line.
Yeah.
I like jazz if it's like 90% covered up by funk,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fusion. So you're a fusion guy.
You like fusion.
Like that fusion.
I like a little fusion.
I also like fusion.
Yeah.
I like the flick the beans. I mean, bass.
Well, I'm not in the right spot, but I am trying to do the fusion.
Thank
with
you.
you.
I appreciate somebody.
I got you, dog.
It's on mine. It's Adams, who was never going to.
There's a lot of fingers being pointed,
Sorry,
listeners.
we were doing fusion dance. It's fine.
We're doing the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance. Yeah.
They were trying. I would not say that they were doing it, but they certainly were trying.
That's your fault. You're in the next frame.
All journeys start with a single step. Okay, we're working
Okay.
through it.
Okay.
Such a
Sound like a god already. Yep.
Oh man.
Character.
And I link a picture of Go Tanks. You know, this could be us, but you play.
Yeah.
You playing?
Well, that's Emily. Everybody, y'all say hello. Bye, Emily.
This is nice.
Big
Bye.
fan.
I literally brought her in for the one line,
was
and
it.
that's it. So
Got
we'll
dressed
see.
up and everything.
Everybody listening now has been waiting a whole ass
Yeah.
week. Like, what?
It's just
Yeah.
gonna be Adam.
What?
Yeah. So one thing to note is that Emily is here and showed up when she surprised everybody with that line last episode. She's in full cosplay of Desna right now.
Full Desna cosplay right now, everybody.
Can we just, Emily, would you like to describe the cosplay costume that you're wearing?
Nailing it, by the way.
Sure, it is an asymmetrical gown kind of type thing that I put together this afternoon with it's white. I made it look like a dress.
Yeah.
I just put a bunch of like layers on it. But they're actually like these kind of gossamer couch covers that I got off of our couch when we bought it. And I was like, ooh, I think I
That's
can use this
creativity
fabric
right
for
there.
something. And
Hell
I made some wings too, but they don't sit very well. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
But yeah, we have fun.
Clever.
We have fun.
Like, that's how you can spot a cosplayer when it's like, ooh, this random throwaway
material.
material.
Yes.
I
Bob, yeah.
think I can. This is valuable
If I
stuff.
file
right
this
here, you know?
down, right?
Yes.
And just MacGyver this shit.
Yes.
This Ottoman underpinning.
Yes.
I'm gonna use that. You know.
It's been sitting in my garage for like 3 months, and then I thought about it today, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, that'll be perfect."
Yeah.
Because Desna cusses like a redneck, you know.
You can tell the elegant and refined
Would not have expected that.
image that we have here.
Well, I was considering worshiping you, but now I'm right out. You know?
Shoot, shook you dang darn, honey.
Darn.
I'm
Oh,
deciding.
we missed you, Emily.
What if Desna didn't have a real country accent?
Howdy, y'all. Hi,
Just
sugar.
like her and Subana have the same voice.
I'm gonna head out. You know.
Hi, Sue. How you doing,
Oh,
honey?
hey, Desna. How's your mom and them?
How is your mom?
It's just like pointing at each other, Spider-Man meme,
Yep.
you know?
If only we could be so lucky.
How's your husband and children?
Hey, I tried. Okay. I tried a little.
Yes. Did the best I could.
Well, listen, Emily, I appreciate you listening to 32 hours of this show before tonight. That's quite the investment. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm really excited for that. I think we should just get into it. You know, like I think we should just do it, right? Like we only have you
Giggity.
for a little while, and I'm paying you by the minute. So
I'm getting paid? Well, y'all heard it. It's been recorded. I get a check now.
Yeah, like,
why don't you think she's on this show all the time? I couldn't afford her.
Honey, you
You know?
can't afford me.
y'all just signed worse contracts than she did.
If anyone at
Negotiate.
all is getting paid, you can't afford me anymore. I'm leaving.
Oh, we got to save up for 32 episodes for 5 minutes of Emily.
That's all you get. Listen, honey, I come
how it works.
expensive or I don't come at all.
Sexual.
Oh, my eyebrows popped a couple times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I miss y'all.
All right.
Yeah, we miss you too. We're glad you're here. So let's get into it. Well, last episode, they arrived in Cynosure, Desna's realm. It's actually a part of Elysium, which is pretty cool, you know. But it's this particular pocket that is Desna's. You were led to this cafe. It is called the Stardust Cafe, and when you got there, you saw none other than Desna herself sitting at a table, and she waves and made some seats and place settings for everybody. And there was a beautiful server named Zuli, who brought some champagne flutes of some golden liquid. And with that wave, when she waved her hands and created seats for you, a few things happened. First, you're fully healed.
Tight.
Okay.
Second, you each get an inspiration.
A divine inspiration.
And third, you guys level up.
Damn.
Give me some of that juice.
So we just need to keep finagling our way into getting invited places by God. So we'll be level 20 in no time.
It's a pretty good strategy.
We'll deal with the level ups a little bit later, but this level up comes from a bestowment of Desna.
I see.
Let's go with the inspirations first. Let's start with Dustin. So roll me a d6. Why don't you guys go ahead and all roll your d6s so that when I call on you, you'll be ready to go.
Got my Norse Foundry dice. Here we go. That'd be a 1.
A 1, hey, that's a personal. Let's roll a d4.
Don't got that die out, but I'll find it. Let's see.
It's the lethal one.
That's right. It's the one if you step on it, you gotta go to the hospital.
I legit am
All right,
terrified
you
of
guys.
stepping on a
You
D4.
do.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I got these
You
crystal
stepped
ones
on
too.
one?
and it's-
Worse than a Lego.
Yeah, so they'll snap off in you.
Jeez.
All right, what'd you get, Dustin?
a 2.
A 2.
Dos.
This one is from Shan.
Oh, Shan. Double Shan
What about we get some Shanspirations
We are.
here
We're really
lately,
getting the
aren't we?
Shanspirations
Shan
here.
representation
Bring 'em on.
here.
All right, here we go. Gil, you may not like all of the candy-themed nicknames Subana gives you, but the care you show for your crew sure is sweet enough to form cavities. Not overly sweet, mind you. Too much sweet will rot your molars, and you wouldn't want to be caught toothless.
Snaps for Shan.
Oh, let's
Thanks,
snap.
Shan.
That's a good
That's
one.
good.
There's stage direction that says giant hearty laugh. right
that,
there.
that was just like ad lib, the
Oh,
inspiration.
that was
Okay.
directorial improvisation.
Thank you, Shan. I appreciate that. That was nice.
Okay, Heath, what did you get?
A 4.
All right, that's going to be a general. Let's go ahead and roll a d20, please.
Okay. A 3.
A 3. Okay, we're going. It's another Shanspiration.
Damn.
Triple Shan.
For real.
Okay, this one is for you, Heath.
Okay.
A new hand touches the drift beacon.
Nice.
Oh, starting off.
How appropriate.
Skyrim.
Another goddess.
And there was stage directions there that says read like Meridia from Elder Scrolls. So that was not a ad lib on my part. Okay, that's it. That's all. That's it. Okay,
I appreciate it.
Great.
John,
Little Skyrim reference there. Okay.
I got a 5.
a 5. Okay, so roll d20 for me. This will be another
right.
general.
13. Lucky 13.
Oh
right?
boy!
Right?
Oh boy!
I know what this one's
Oh, is it an
I think
Alex?
It's an Alex.
Oh, I'm so
Dude,
happy.
how
All
lucky.
right, my body is ready.
I'm so happy right now. I feel so lucky to be here for these reading. I'm happy.
I feel God in this Chili's tonight.
This is
Hey, the 2-for-1s bless me.
all right. Y'all strap in.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
all right.
Sex word.
Our view pans over a dark and dirty sci-fi laboratory. Beakers and Tesla coils everywhere. It's like Frankenstein's lab, but way more menacing. The camera focuses on the back of what we can only assume to be the mad doctor of this lab, cackling maniacally as he works on an unseen being on the operating table. His head whips back in a fit of laughter and ecstasy as we get our first look at this mad genius. It's me, Adam. Drool dripping from his gaping mouth as he looks upon his creation with glee. The camera slowly pans to the operating table to reveal an amalgam of limbs and parts stitched together out of various animal and alien corpses, crab claws, lamprey mouth, and too many tentacles to count. Yes, my creation! You will be the end of all podcasting as we know it! I will unleash you upon the series of tubes known as the interwebnet, and you will seek vengeance and havoc on the unsuspecting populace! The creature abruptly rises from the table with a groan. Yes, yes, I will teach you how to provide all the best and only the best inspirations that have ever existed. Adam screams in both delight and anger. And your name shall be Alex!
Oh my god.
We got the origin story. We got the origin story of Alex. Holy
The camera
shit.
then slowly zooms out as Adam screams a heart-shaking laugh as a date fades into the center of the screen. 1786 AD. That's right. This is a prequel, bitch. You can blame Adam for me.
Oh god!
He's an immortal.
When you said
I've
a
always
date,
suspected.
I literally thought the fruit. I was like, why is there a fruit in the middle of the screen? Oh, a date.
A date?
Thought it was like a romantic steak dinner.
I just imagine there's an old, dusty, very Renaissance painting or some shit of Adam never aging
Yes.
somewhere in his garage or something like that. Yeah.
Real
Just a
Dorian Gray.
decrepit looking picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
actually 444 years old, you know?
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, you hold up
right.
real well.
For real.
Happy
For real.
to
You
report.
don't crack, man. You do
Doing
not.
all right, yeah. Okay, Zach, what'd you get, buddy?
I got an STF logo on my die, so that's a 6.
All right, so that's going to be a personal for you.
Ooh,
Roll me another
okay.
D6, please.
All right. 3.
3.
Tree.
Shanspiration.
Creamy little.
What's up?
Quad shin.
She's getting him in this.
For real. You stand on the edge of the void. Darkness coaxing you to the edge of the abyss. In the inky blackness, you hear the faintest whisper, a voice beckoning you closer. It's comforting, but disturbing. Like a devil with the voice of a loved one sinking its claws into your flesh with a lullaby, and it whispers to you. Say, ooh, ooh, and...
Say ooh.
Say, ooh, ooh.
Perfect.
Love it. Love
All
it.
right, great. Emily,
Thank you.
don't
Thank
get
you
any.
so much.
That's
but-
fair. That's fair.
That's all right. All right. So, did I do everybody? Everybody got one? Right?
Just give her a general. Just give her a
No, then
general.
it'll be
give her a-
wasted.
No, it won't.
Okay.
No, it won't.
No.
Because the point is to read it on air.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair
Right,
enough.
right. Roll a d20,
I'll roll a d20 then, Adam. You just watch
please.
me. That's a 2.
It's a do. Okay. Another Shanspiration.
She is
When
shan, she
your
is
funds
old.
are low and it's just not funny, call 1-800-SWAP money.
Oh man, I ain't thought about swamp money in a second.
Damn.
Oh, I love it.
Wow. All right. We're having
Good
a
stuff,
good time
Shan.
here.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we're
thank
having a
you,
good
thank
time.
you.
All right.
1-800
So,
swamp money.
you guys are full up, leveled up, and inspirationed up.
Feel good about it.
And you take your seats across from Desna. Take it away, Emily.
Hello at last. It's lovely to have you here. At Cynosure, that's how I say it. How do you say it, Adam?
I say it wrong because I'm an evil genius.
How do you say it?
Cynosure. I like how you said it better.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah. It has no velvet, you know?
No velvet. No, it's
Cynosure. Okay, I like
Cynosure.
it. Okay.
Please.
Sexual.
Please join me. Brunch at the Stardust Cafe is divine, which is why I invited you here.
As she speaks, her voice takes on the timbre of fluttering wings, and her appearance subtly shifts. Her eyes turn compound and insectile, and great wings protrude from her shoulders. This alien appearance is no less beautiful than her elven form, but in a moment, she's a freckled elf again.
I'm Desna, but I'm sure you know that by now. I've been following your adventures from afar, but goodness, omniscience is an awkward thing to flaunt at a first meeting. So tell me about yourselves. I do feel I know all of you by now, but watching from afar is not the same as meeting you in person. And you don't really know me yet either.
She winks mischievously and takes a sip of her drink. So you guys are going to have a conversation with here, but before we get into that, the beverages in your glasses are all the same golden fizzy liquid. However, I'm going to ask each of you what it tastes like, and that will be correct. So, Dustin, what does your golden fizzy liquid taste like?
It tastes like smoked vanilla mead.
Yum. Very nice. Okay. Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
It is alcoholic.
Beautiful.
About 13%er.
Whoa. Whoa. All right.
It's a dry weed too. Weed. It's a dry weed.
Dry weed.
That's the worst kind of weed. Heath, what does your golden liquid taste like?
My ambrosia tastes like French toast.
Nice.
Or I guess in this universe, like Castrovillian toast. I don't know.
Right. Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Yeah, it's like a mimosa. Yeah.
Sue, what does your fizzy liquid taste of?
So Sue's is light and sweet. It's
Iced tea? No.
no. I mean, hey, part of me did think of that, but no,
sure,
I want something that relates more to a memory, which is more so like it's her favorite drink that Trina got her from like a vacation way long ago. But it's light, sweet, like honeysuckle.
Nice. I love it. All right, Sayun?
Mountain Dew Bahama. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm into
Taste of the
it.
void.
I'm kidding. It's Code Red.
That's the weeb choice for sure.
No. And instead of a sickeningly sweet Southern sweet tea, I think Sayun's would be like an earthy herbal tea.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Non-alcoholic. Come on,
like
man.
a matcha tea or some shit.
Yeah. Hojicha or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, there is a menu that you guys can all order from. You can tell me if you want. I won't put you on the spot, but it will say that the menu just inexplicably has all your favorite dishes.
Ooh.
So, whatever your character's favorite dish, if you know it, great. Tell me. If not, you can just say, I ordered my favorite dish and it's delicious. That's fine.
Gilderon orders a full English breakfast, extra beans.
Nice.
The full English.
That's right.
Full
Blood
English.
pudding, too.
Yeah, everything.
All right. What about the rest of you? Do you want to hand wave it?
French toast.
French toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand wave it. I
That's
don't
fine.
know.
That's fine.
I was trying to think like what Sayun would have come up eating living on a desert planet, and you know what? What occurs to me?
What?
Succulent paste, dude. What grows in deserts, man?
It's like that top tier, like highest level of succulent
creamy,
paste.
Yeah.
succulent
It's
paste.
like it's
very
high
creamy.
dollar.
Yeah, it's like gastro, bistro level.
It's deconstructed
Yes.
succulent paste.
It's just succulents.
So it's just a succulent.
I didn't know you could deconstruct it anymore.
It's reconstructed succulent paste.
Okay. I will say that as you are drinking these things, while you don't get inebriated or intoxicated, you do feel lighter and at peace and comfortable. All right, so Desna has just opened the floor to conversation. She wants to get to know you. Perhaps you want to get to know her. Let's jump into this conversation here.
Okay. Desna, it's wonderful to meet you. You're so beautiful.
Gil, hello, how are you? Oh my goodness. And she would kind of like reach out and just kind of like touch your shoulder. And she would smile and she would say, I heard your prayers.
Oh my.
Oh my god, dude! Can you imagine?
Yeah, like, oh my.
Can you imagine, right? Like, I'm not keeping it together. You know what I mean? Right.
Don't freak out. I'm calm. You're
Hey,
calm.
you said
I'm
that
calm.
out loud.
Oh, jeez. I mean, Desna.
Damn.
I mean you. But what can I say that you don't already know? I'm Gilderon.
Oh, is it all right if I call you Gil?
Sure.
I just find it. You're just precious. And she just kind
Tooth
of.
pops up. It's like, Gil, try to be a little bit more smooth. You're in the presence of a goddess here.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm chill. I'm smooth.
That could be debatable. Oh, hi, Desna.
Hello, Tooth. How are you?
I'm
Welcome.
fantastic. Yeah, this is great. This is really great.
Do you care for anything? And she would wave her hand, and like, there's a full virtual menu for him. Like, whatever he wants.
It's a bunch of hard candy.
Perfect for two.
You order it by the megabyte, you know?
Yeah.
He orders a
I'll take
pile of teeth.
Yeah, I'll take a gig of strawberry hard candy.
I feel like Subana would probably be a little starstruck, but in the opposite way of just like, instead of just gushing, just very much like almost dwarfed by the presence of a goddess. And just like being able to see somebody that looks so normal, but yet so absolutely not. You know, there's this whole frequency about her that is just almost to where she cannot relate, even though clearly Desna here is trying to relate to us. And so for Subana, she's trying to be overly formal, overly courteous, you know, speaking to a goddess, you know, just clearly just like, I want to thank you for your invitation to your lovely home. And she's just kind of like picking at her like scales and whatnot, and just kind of like looking up at you, but also looking down. It's just kind of this whole thing of just like, we're grateful for your continued assistance, and it's a pleasure. It's been a real pleasure just being your guests, and this is really lovely food, and thank you so much for the meal and the drinks. It's all just I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm Suban, and oh gosh, you know who I am.
She would reach out. She would reach out and like just put her hand kind of over where you're picking on your scales, and like kind of squeeze a little bit, and maybe like when you actually look up at her, Subana, I know who you are. I know you well. I've heard you. I've helped you, and will happily help you more. You are welcome in Cynosure, as you all are. Be at peace.
And she feels that reverberate to her actual core. And for that, it's almost just kind of like immediately a pang of just like, she shook for a second, you know, and just before I know it, like her eyes were already just kind of like kind of a wet film, you know, and she's just kind of like, you know, steady girl, and she just kind of wipes her her eyes, you know, just kind of dries them. You're right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I would say Seiyun, you know, he looks like he's like a little intimidated. He's never been in the presence of a goddess before, and is not quite sure what to say or how to you know, handle himself. But he would put a hand to his chest and bow to you and say, "Goddess, forgive me if I lack the words to properly express my gratitude for your intervention, particularly on on the part of Raya. Thank you.
Of course, you are... And she gestures kind of at the whole table. You are all my chosen. You are all favored. I would not leave you to be forsaken. And she looks a little bit closer at you, Sayun. She closes her eyes for a second, and you see her shift just a little bit, kind of like you saw the insectile form come out. She turns darker for a moment, and you see this kind of pitch rolling over her skin. And then it ripples, and she's back to her more elven form. Mm-hmm. And she smiles at you, saying, and says, "You have been touched. You will be well." And she just smiles, and it's very vague, but she's just really happy that you're here, and just feels kind of comforted by your presence, even.
So mysterious.
Indeed, yeah. It's like he can't read her. You know what I mean? He can't read her. So he just, there's like a raised eyebrow, a big black eye, and thank you.
And she just kind of laughs and just takes a sip of her drink and just sits back and looks at you all. And she just looks happy for a moment. Hello, Raya.
Raya, I think it's interesting. Everybody's like perplexed or starstruck, which is completely logical. But I think while everyone else has been talking, Raya has kind of been just like measuring you, like not physically, obviously, but like.
No, physically.
Yeah, I mean, also
has a tape measure.
She's looking you up and down.
It's very unfortunate.
Chica, wow. No. But no, I mean, seriously, like trying to assess you, because she's not a worshiper of Desna, has historically been a follower of Iomade, and like has never met a god, just like a lot of us. But while everyone else talks, just like kind of sits there and is just like, taking your measure, like seeing what she can gauge before it's her time to interact. And so when, you finally get to her, she fights the impulse to like avert her gaze, but like forces herself to like keep eyes locked on you and says, "I'd like to see," well, they've already said it as well, but thank you personally. I literally wouldn't be here without you. And I do apologize. I've never hailed to you or prayed to you in my life, so...
She laughs a little bit at that, and she says, "Yes, I know, in your greatest time of need, you called out for someone else." And she gives you a wink. She gives you a wink. She says, "But, as I said, you are my favored, and I would not leave you in such dire straits. You are all far too good to be left to such a fate. And I'm glad you all have a little bit of luck on your side."
Goddess. Oh, no. Go ahead.
No, you
got it.
No, you go.
No, you got it.
All right,
After you.
Sorry, Sia. No, she like there's sort of for a moment there's just like a desperation in Raya's eyes, and she says, "I don't mean to be too forward, but like I've never known much about you. Again, I feel oddly awkward for having to apologize for not being a Desnan my whole life, but there does seem to be, from what I know of you, a sort of transformational aspect to you, and I just can't not ask, can I change because of you?
I did not do this. I am not the cause of your changes, of your new journey, this new adventure you're on. But I will continue to guide you and assist you and help you as much as I can. I'm not in charge of the drift. I had nothing to do with its creation. But what has happened to you, and what has happened to so many? And she kind of looks around at all the beauty that is around us in this dreamy, ever kind of shifting landscape of beauty and peace and respite. There are terrible things happening. So many travelers lost, hurt, and frightened. Back home, their families are confused and grieving. My heart aches for all of them. As I said, I didn't create the drift, and I can't repair it. It's not my department, but I can do something about all the people trapped out there, scared and alone, unable to return home. When I guided you to the final horizon, you helped the monks escape from danger and protected them from a terrible threat. Now I've brought you here because I believe you can help others. It's...
This, she kind of pauses and kind of retreats into her thoughts and looks at you guys with, she's trying to get a read on y'all and how you respond to this request, you know.
You have but to ask, and we will help. I will help. But how can we help? You are a goddess. We are just mortals.
There are many ways to help.
How?
And she's a little flustered because it's kind of almost like there are things that she can't say. Divinity is restrictive in ways that might surprise you. I hear the prayers and wishes of so many. I walk through thousands of dreams with a single step. How do I decide whom to help and whom to neglect? No. I much prefer to inspire people to help each other, rather than play, well, too much favorites.
A troubled look passes over her face.
I won't meddle. I've done it before and I don't like the way it turned out.
But she does brighten.
Besides, I don't want to steal your glory.
Thoughts? Oh, go ahead.
I didn't know she was done.
Right.
Yeah. No. Are we supposed to? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's
we're in the
the
presence of a
is this
god
pause
here.
for reaction? Pause for reaction?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I know it's very enthralling, but yes,
No, I'm here for the ride,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
This is so
absolutely.
cool. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Gilderon like looks around to everyone and just is like nodding his head like that was a great answer.
I don't know. I imagine that Gilderon is like leaned in,
Yeah.
and I think that Sayun is gradually leaning in to listen as well, like just to
She just has that
kind
presence.
of, yeah, exactly. She's just, such a magical being,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah.
you I don't think you can help but to be enthralled,
Right.
Look, don't fear offending us if meddling, as you call it, includes in the future saving us from like the vacuum of space again. Feel free, it's fine.
Can we ask questions
Yeah.
yet? Or
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the question that's burning in Sayun's mind is, Goddess, I must know. Why us? We are scientists, researchers.
Nerds.
What she said.
Truly.
You know, I am the goddess of luck and stars, travel and dreams. I've seen all of your dreams. I know so much of your hearts. You were in the right place at the right time. You have good hearts and souls. And you have wonderfully scientific minds. This predicament, this crisis that we are all embroiled in is something that will take heart and smart. And I was lucky enough to find you all. Why wouldn't I choose you?
Sayun looks at the rest of the party like.
I'm just nodding at you, just like,
Now,
You
While I appreciate the flattery, that feels like not really an answer.
She laughs a little and she says, I did not bestow the powers that you've received from recent events, but I have been able to enhance them, to reorganize and make them a little bit more approachable for you.
As she's saying this, her form shifts back to a butterfly and then shifts down to a cocoon, then shifts into a flower and then re-blossoms out as she's talking about building on these powers. She just like is morphing into this flower and then returns to her elven form as she continues.
Should have said a poet.
And she looks over at Raya and she says, I do not intervene often. And for you, my dear, I only did so because I was the one that sent you all there in the first place. But I can't meddle too closely. Not anymore. So I fear speaking more. Yes. And then she just stops. She just stops talking. She just says yes and then kind of like stares off for a moment.
so
Well,
go ahead.
no, you go, Subana. I've told enough.
So, what can we do? What is it that we can do that you cannot?
Well, I would not rush you back out into the crisis at hand without allowing you some time to rest. So, before you head back, you are going to rest here and enjoy Cynosure first.
Oh, thank you.
That's sweet.
Sorry, it's happening.
And she laughs and she smiles and she says, even heroes need self-care every now and then, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes. Not everyone gets an opportunity to rest in a divine realm.
And I hope you will take your rest. But I also hope for your assistance. Even here, there are people who need a little help, though nothing as dire as solving the drift crisis or rescuing monks from a black hole. I think...
Should be easy then.
I think you'll enjoy your time here, lending a hand to those in need. Think of them as quests or personal favors to me.
Think of them as experience getting
Side quests, yeah. Or, what we'd call in Live and Let Fly,
light
side
narrative.
jobs.
This is meditation quests.
No, I'm with it. Okay.
Yeah,
Chosen, we're already
absolutely.
exalted.
Yeah.
So Raya, like taking all this in, keeps kind of like glancing back at Desna and then just away, kind of into the distance, and it's like, I understand if you can't say, but I've just got to ask. And she looks like disappointed a little bit. If you didn't manifest these powers or what have you, is it who did? I mean, it's surely, and she turns to the rest of the party, it's like, surely it can't be coincidence that this all in the moment of the crisis of the drift that we're going through, like all at once we changed, things happened, we got powers. I mean, is Triune doing this? Surely it can't be latent, and we all just had one moment that brought out a latent power we had no prior use for.
She looks a little like... I hate that I can't tell you what you want to hear. And she just kind of shakes her head and smiles kind of sadly, and she's... It was no one thing that I am aware of. It was the result of the drift crash. When you have that much energy, that much motion, that much power, luck is simultaneously not on your side and everything. The crash made... it created things as it destroyed things. And I know it's not what you want to hear. You want to be able to point a finger at one or two almighty beings, but unfortunately, it was just how the dice fell.
Desna, do we really have a chance of getting back? And she almost feels like she's asking heresy. You know, she's looking down at the ground, you know, and almost shamed for even evoking that question.
And Desna leans forward, and again, like, she puts her hands on you to really get all of your attention. And while she's kind of holding your hands, she would look around at the rest of the table so that everybody knows that this is also directed at them, not just Subana. If you can find it in your hearts to help others, I will help you. And that includes guiding you safely back home. I swear it.
I swear it on myself.
Swear it.
Like, yeah,
Swear to me.
Like-
I'll do it.
like Raya hearing that, like you're kind of holding Subana's hands, but like looking across at all of us. And Raya had been kind of disappointed, and I think some of that is not just like her own expectations, but her science brain. You know, just like I want the answers to the mysteries. It's not the mystery that I want; it's the answers. You know, but she like kind of puts her head down, like a little deflated because she's not getting the answers she wants. But then when you make that sort of agreement or propose it, she like lifts her head up, you know, and a little more light in her eyes and says, all right, do I need to sign something, or?
Some magical contract.
Right.
Is there a song, like a Disney song to this?
Oh, you do the one thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're on the Disney Channel.
Bippity boppity boo, right?
Indeed, indubitably. She would kind of smile. She says, "No contracts required. I know you all well enough. You will do so well." And she just beams at y'all. I know also that at least one of you, and she looks over at Gil, is dying to explore, and she just kind of gestures around to everything. How often does a mortal wander into Cynosure, after all? Enjoy the city. Keep your eyes open. Serendipitous meetings have a way of occurring around here. If you get stuck, Crimson Caprice will guide you. And she flicks her hand.
Yeah, and the Caprice flutters his wings enthusiastically and somersaults in the air. Yes, I will help travelers, but I urge you to just try yourself first. Self-discovery is so much more rewarding.
Let's just leave it to luck.
She smiles so hard.
Desna, you make a luck joke.
Actually, at that, at that, like, she would laugh for a second, and then she would look at Gil again and say, "As I said, I heard your prayers, Gil. In fact, I think I'll answer one now." And she holds out her hand towards you, and it's empty. And just for a moment, you see kind of like this little glowing center in the palm of her hand, and this pearlescent little cocoon sort of lifts out of her palm, and she hands it to you, and it's about the size of maybe a pecan, you know. And you watch as it unfurls, and there is a butterfly, and it changes into a small, like a pin, essentially, that you would wear on your armor.
Awesome, like a holy symbol.
She says,
Hell yeah.
"I heard."
Or like a Mark 1 adornment.
You know. And she says, "I heard your prayer for what was it? A drift shield, I believe. In episode 31, in fact, if I would have put a number on it. What? You may use this when the time is needed."
Thank you, my lady. And it actually goes really well with my outfit. You have a very good eye.
Raya leans over to Sayun and, like, as quietly as she can, nudges him. It's like, is she filming this? Is this being recorded?
Yeah, like as
It's
this,
beyond our pay grade.
So as this conversation is wrapping up, Zuli comes over and starts collecting some of the dishware, and she's like, "Mistress, would that be all? Do you need anything else? Anything for the rest of you? Perhaps some dessert or anything?"
I'd like a a slice of pecan pie with some vanilla ice cream.
I guess we should describe Zuli too. She is a Demai.
Gorgeous.
Very,
Sorry.
very pretty. She's very young.
Demai Lashunta.
No, she is.
No,
No, Demai.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
And so she's got gray skin. She's got dark lips, very thin eyebrows. She wears her hair pulled back in a long ponytail. She's wearing a very flowy purple,
Kind of
like short
retro.
dress.
It's cute.
Yeah. And she too wears some like pearl butterfly earrings. And yeah, she seems very self-assured, very pretty. And she said, "Yes, I will bring that for you. Anybody else like any more desserts?" Or
French toast milkshake.
I will make that happen for you.
Oh, and 15 Andes mints.
15.
It's very specific.
They'll be
Yes,
on the hotel room pillow.
They're my walking snacks.
Yes, in fact,
Grandpa, dude. Oh my god.
So Gilderon is 250 years old.
Yes, true.
Pull up my Werther's Unoriginals.
Zuli does pull out 4 like key cards. She's like, "Yes, that reminds me. You already have rooms at the Wanderer's Rest. These are your cards, and you stay at the behest of our mistress here. If that will be all, I will be back with your desserts."
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And while Zuli was kind of talking, Desna was kind of playing with her earring a little bit and looking around at the rest of the table. And she pulls one of the pearls from her ear. Like, she's got a bunch of different earrings, and she takes one off and she slides it to Sue. And she says, "Take this. Put it under your pillow tonight. And you will have the sweetest of dreams."
Is it the Tooth Fairy?
No, that's me. I don't have such pretty things, but you know.
Hush, Michael Caine. Hold on.
You're beautiful just the way you are, too.
And like as she hands it to you, you get this whisper of almost kind of like a reminiscent memory of a dream that you don't recall having had, but it's similar to the one that you had with Dranesh. But your kids are there. It's slightly different, and it's just a brief little thing. It's kind of like a little glimpse. So she just wants.
Yeah, that they made it off Absalom Station.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So she just kind of looked quizzically at first until it just kind of like pieces start formulating to where she kind of understands what Desna is providing here, you know, and she accepts this with the utmost gratitude. And of course, she is just stunned at how the grace of this deity here, you know. Just, thank you. It means more to me than. No, I think you do know how much this means to me. Thank you, Desna.
You are most
Thank you so
welcome.
much. I would have been kicking myself if I didn't say thank you to you face to face about that. Thank you.
And she would look to Raya, and there's bright little shining spots kind of floating everywhere. And she would stick her finger up just as one passes by.
Right, his butt.
I was waiting for
I
something.
think Adam looked at my eyebrows.
My eyebrows are up there too. Yeah, I stick my finger up. Huh?
This is a place
Raya,
of old dreams.
I need you to bend over. No.
Yes, my lady.
Plumb.
Don't threaten me with a good dog.
As she sticks her finger
She's a
out.
god.
There you go.
I'll teach you this sexual position called the butterfly effect.
Now spread your wings.
I've got wings. Manifest wings.
I love y'all. Oh god. Oh god. One of the motes kind of lands on her fingertip, and as it does so, it changes into a small statuette of like Desna's symbol.
Oh, usurping Iomade.
And she sets it on the table and slides it forward, and she just looks at you like very kind of coquettish, just kind of we're having fun here.
I heard you're back in the market these days.
She says,
You're recently single. I
Like,
hear.
I mean, Raya's jaw, like, Raya's normally very, like, self-composed unless she gets real mad. But, like, mouth agape. It's just like, really? And is very conflicted as she slowly reaches her hand out to slide it over.
Right when you touch it, Gilderon's like, Team Desna!
as you touch it, actually, she kind of holds onto it for a moment and looks at you. She says, "You do not have to choose between, but know that I am here if you need me. Use this as you need it."
You know the conflict that's in my spiritual heart, I suppose I would say. It's kind of you to say and to offer, and she kind of scowls a little bit and is like, but one of you hasn't forsaken me, so I'll just be taking them.
Ooh, burn. No, she doesn't say that. She's better. She's better than that.
That's how you get Iomade to like refavor you. You just neg them, you know.
Is that how that works?
Iomade's like, I go on vacation for 2 days.
Iomade's gonna fucking murder me.
This motherfucker right here.
Heard you were cheating.
God's need R&R, damn.
I called out your name, Iomade. No, but like there is a seriousness to like she's being a little playful, but
Yeah.
like takes it and like holds it for a second, and you can tell is like pondering and kind of wrestling with her own emotions, and sort of solemnly, like carefully, kind of like puts it in her little pouch or whatever bag she has.
And she would
thank
look over at Sayun.
Goddess.
Stay with me a moment. When
At your request.
And Crimson Caprice is like, all right, that's the cue. Everybody up, except for Sayun. Let's go.
Can I get a to-go box, please?
And like at that moment, Zuli comes out with like 3, to-go boxes in a little doggy bag, ready to go. She's like,
Perfect,
"You don't-"
Zuli.
She's like, you don't even have to microwave these up. As soon as you're ready for them, they will be at the perfect temperature.
Yeah,
Lit, dude.
I imagine we try to gracefully, like get our shit together, and kind of Araya kind of like takes a glance back at Sayun, just like meets eyes with him, not like a negative thing, just kind of a nod, like, watch yourself. This is a god.
Don't be weird.
Don't
be weird.
Don't be weird. Don't fuck this up,
Tuck
bro.
that shit in a little
Be
bit,
cool,
dog.
man. Be cool. No, but then comes and like has her little to-go bag or whatever, and takes, I think, Subana kind of by the arm, and as they walk away, arm in arm, says to Subana quietly, it's like, I believe we were just told to fuck off by a deity.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, at that moment, she kind of takes it like, well, it'd be rude if she just ups and leaves. So she just kind of like stops for a second, awkwardly curtsies with her lab coat, and she says, "By your leave, Desna."
Desna, like, look, she's beaming at y'all.
That's
She's
right.
really, she's super. This is a good, vibe. She's dismissing you, but in the nicest way. And
You felt really good about your rejection. You're like, damn, Desna's totally into it.
She's so put together. I just feel so fucking like just.
She didn't put a finger in all our bums.
Well, he does have 4 hands, so give it to him.
Desna, I barely know her. Okay. She kind of calls out to everybody. She says, "Thank you all for everything that you have done thus far." And she smiles, is a little playful. She says, "And everything that you will do. Mm-hmm. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy and go." And she kind of nods at y'all. And
Get out!
Yep. Later, my lady.
Peace. No.
So where can we get a coffee to go around here?
Yeah, like you guys are chattering. Caprice is more than happy to help you
Right.
out there. So you guys kind of exit stage left, leaving Sayun and Desna.
Not
at the
jealous at all. None of us.
No,
Talking about how jealous we're not.
Hey, we're all chosen. We're all the favored. Riding on what is it called? Like Mile High or
riding high. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm old. I don't get references.
table. You don't make them either.
Yeah. I'm chilling cool. And I am here.
Tooth is just like, oh fuck.
This again.
I've tried. Listen, I've tried, guys. I've tried, but
250 years old.
of this bullshit.
This
you know?
He's had this old man vibe since he was 30.
I was born like this.
I love how we all like to do the guilty voice.
It's
It's a good voice.
It
Absolutely.
vaguely
Absolutely.
reminds me of another character that I've done, and it makes me happy. So I appreciate Gil.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do.
I think I got him. I think I got him good now.
I think you got it figured out.
It was her famed character, Gilderonius.
Gilderonius, yes,
Gilderonia.
indubitably.
Gil's twin brother. All right, go ahead.
She looks over at Sayun as everybody kind of like starts to walk away. And she says, "I want you to think for a moment about the dream you had. Recall it for me, please."
We, my master, Narimshir, and I were attempting a ritual. He was an ambitious man and thought he could meddle with forces far beyond his ken. He opened a portal to the void and was taken. I tried to stop him, to grab him. I could not, goddess. I failed him.
How can you fail that which was not your charge in the first place?
And I mean, Sayun does shift his posture and kind of turns his head to the side as he is thinking about that, seriously pondering those words.
Tell me, do you feel the call to the void so deeply?
Unfortunately, I do. When we were near the black hole, it threatened to envelop me. I don't know how to describe it, but it reached out, yearning, was calling me home. I wanted to go.
And you fear this is the void, specifically?
I do, goddess. What else would it be?
And she is just smiling at you, just very gently. She leans forward, and as she does, these huge black wings unfurl behind her. These butterfly wings. And they wrap around you a little bit. Like there's a little cocoon formed around you and Desna. And she says, just because it is dark does not mean that it cannot be beautiful. Perhaps the silence you fear is the void is another. And you see, just for a moment, the image of the black butterfly flash in your mind. Do not fear your powers. Embrace the guidance that my twin self is giving you.
Sayun is stunned. You know what I mean? He's processing all of this and is like shaking his head because he like doesn't want to, because like he's had this fear of being swallowed up for so long that he can't really imagine that it's something that is okay to lean into, right? He says, Goddess, I confess that I've heard the words. In the wake of my master's death, I traveled to the Adari. I sat in on the sermons, but I could not swear the vows. I do not know that I can serve the stillness within.
What causes you to hesitate?
Failure, Goddess. We have... I fear that I will falter, that I will stumble, that I will be unable to rise up.
I want to put in right here, as you're completely wrapped in this darkness, and as you're articulating your fears, you're seeing yourselves like images of you telling them to not go into the black hole. You see images of yourself, fighting off the devils of hell. You see all these instances of you doing the good thing and the right thing and not failing. So like Desna's kind of showing you all this in this cocoon as you're saying that.
He sighs, as these images are flashing, he sighs.
Very well. What would you have of me?
You feel the silence. You feel the space between. You know the call. You know it in your soul. You are a good person, Sayun, and you do all that you can. I have put my faith in you. Now, you should put your faith in yourself.
And we'll see ya.
The space between
Your divinity.
I used to, man, I love that song.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Emily.
Nailed it.
Goddess!
Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Emily, we'll see you in a little while. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the STF Network. If you want to hear more from us, check out our other Starfinder and Pathfinder shows at the stfnetwork.com. That's thestfnetwork.com. And support us on Patreon to listen to our bonus podcast, including our homebrew adventures and Tom Talks, our behind-the-scenes show. Stay groovy, possums.